What's up, Jammies? Welcome back to another episode of Ricky's Ram Jam presented by Barefoot Wine. Wow, what a weekend. The draft is behind us, and I'm pretty pumped with all the picks we made. I kind of want to ask some questions, and I was thinking, who better to have on today's episode than, I don't know, the general manager himself, Mr. Les Snead. I would love to hear what was going through his mind all weekend, and if he got up to anything exciting. So he will be joining me pretty soon, and I'm excited about that. I did get to go to round one at the Draft Lab. It was so cool. I posted a video, so make sure you head over to my channels, or it might be on the Rams as well, for I drafted the Draft Lab. So I picked some of my favorite pieces in the house and just like cool features. It was just the coolest experience. And to be sitting around for round one with the scouts and coaches and executives and studios, it was just such an exhilarating process. And it was really cool to be on that side of things, just sort of sitting in the corner, watching, hearing rumblings, hearing people dissect different picks that were being taken. It was such a cool experience, and I'm so grateful that I got to be there. Just to kind of sum up, the weekend, I would love to play for you this piece from Coach McVay from his day 3 press conference to just sort of sum up the weekend.
We're a much more competitive football team by the nature of these 14 players. We've already started to, our guys are doing a great job in the process of adding CFAs, and for the 44 guys that we've had in-house right now, we'll add to that, and we'll see if we're close. I don't think we'll be anywhere close to 90, but you don't have to be. The way that you're looking at it, we want to be able to get these guys reps where you can evaluate them and make sure that everybody that we're onboarding, we feel like has a legitimate chance to make our football team more competitive and a real chance to make the roster.
So that just makes me really excited and confident about the potential, talent that we've added to this roster, and it feels good. There's a lot to look forward to, but I want to dive deeper with Les Snead on that. As you know, Jammies, we love football and we love our sponsor, Barefoot Wine. Wine and football aren't that different. Sure, they can be complex, but enjoying them should be easy, and both are easier to enjoy with friends. So I'm happy to be pairing my Barefoot Wine with the general manager of the Los Angeles Rams, Mr. Les Snead himself. Les, how are you? Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Maybe on Sunday.
Yeah. I didn't really have much going on. I don't know about you, but.
So what did you do on Saturday?
I didn't go to the Draft Lab, actually.
You didn't?
I did on Thursday for night one, which we'll get to.
We didn't even do anything.
I know, but there was like excitement that maybe you guys would. And so I was like sitting downstairs, like trying to eavesdrop. I like put a paper cup with a string in there.
Right.
That trick doesn't work though. I found that out the hard way.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Why is this the first time I'm on your show?
Because I wanted
Feelings are hurt.
Okay.
Just so
yes. And an apology. I will send you all the Barefoot Wine that you could ever drink. As a sincere apology. But I wanted the draft episode to be like your pedestal where you can shine.
I'm not buying it.
Yes, it's so
but
true.
It's a heck
Actually, Jory over there, I ask him every week. I go, can we have Les on? And he says no. Every single week.
It's your fault, Jory?
Every single week I ask. I say, how about today? And he goes, no.
Wait for the draft.
Exactly.
We didn't even draft his favorite running back.
I know. We were just talking about that off air.
Can't say his name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But hey, we have our reasons, right? So 14 picks, the most in your tenure with the Rams. 11 on day 3, like we said, Saturday, sitting in front of my TV. It was a lot. I had to go to Walgreens, and then all of a sudden we traded again, and I had to watch it on my phone.
Picking.
Yeah, it was just
kept picking.
Yeah, I just had to keep going. So many. How challenging was it to navigate through all those picks?
I don't think it was challenging, because it was interesting. Most of them were 5th round.
Yeah.
5th, 6th, 7th, and then when we traded up, it was a bundle of about 5 or 6 within 20 to 25 picks. So that actually made it less challenging because now you have this pot of players,
right?
And you're going to get most of them. Just because of the nature of being bundled together in that. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you practice? I saw your wife's tweet. Kara said that you needed to work on your script when you call. Do you practice in the mirror the night before? Like, hey, you want to join the Rams?
You know what's awesome? Someone at Starbucks this morning, I need to tell Kara this, called me over and said, hey, I just want you to know. I guess they had watched one of the calls on the local news and said, I love how you welcome new players to the team.
Oh my gosh.
But Kara thinks I'm a debacle at it.
No, I think, okay, I have no acting experience whatsoever.
Yes.
And I can tell that it's very genuine. And so I love watching you make the calls, but I just wasn't sure if you spent the night before being like, I'm going to switch it up tomorrow, or maybe with call number, 10 of 11, I'm just going to be like.
Well, I did apply. She would say I would confuse them because I would never tell them that they got drafted.
Right.
So interestingly, late in the draft, and the NFL knows it, but it's against the rules, all teams are calling the players and kind of saying, hey, if you don't get drafted, we'd love to have you as a college free agent.
Okay.
That's against the rules, but it happens. So what was happening probably with those later picks, they don't know whether I'm just
calling to say hi.
Them to say hi, we'd love to have you after, or you're drafted. So I did add, hey, just want you to know we're going to draft you with
this pick.
And then the video that came out, the Draft Lab video, because it ended with, hey, have you ever dreamed of playing in the NFL? I think I only used it once this weekend.
Once? That's a good
And it was only because it was like, okay, that was on a video. I can't do that.
You can't do that again.
So that one kind of threw me off. Didn't recover well, but.
No, I think I loved it. I really do. And that's a good transition because last year's draft film, you had an actor portray you. But this year, you played yourself. Like, how many weeks of acting classes did you take ahead of this?
None.
Wow.
And showed up.
The range was incredible.
Although I can say, for the first time on the one of the SoFi commercials, or I shouldn't say that. I don't think that's a commercial, right? It's a tweet type commercial. I guess it is a commercial.
A tweet
but
commercial,
I actually gave myself a B. The one where I'm holding the.
Yeah.
So.
A B.
It was
that's a good grade.
I was like, you know what? That's the first time I've ever walked away and said that might be above the Mendoza.
Yeah. Okay.
But
like
that's
that.
the first time.
Okay.
Every other time I'm like, this just.
Yeah. You're behind the scenes.
I feel like I'm blowing I should take classes.
Oh, yeah. You could do like an improv class.
Parlay this into like one of those Rosie Greer, all the Merlin Olsen. There's been a lot of Rams parlay this thing into
absolutely
acting. I'm blowing.
Yeah. I mean, there's still time. Time. So we drafted Stetson Bennett in the 4th round. How much did his experience and big game success factor into the decision to select him?
Probably a lot.
All of it.
But it was fun. It was, and I think I've said it a couple of times. His career, right? You just think, oh, Stetson Bennett is along for the ride at Georgia, right? Georgia's, right? They won 2 national championships. What was interesting this year is Georgia's entire defense from the previous year is basically in the NFL.
Right.
So this year they had to somewhat restart, rebuild, remodel, add new players in, whatever you want to call what they were doing. But you always are going to, when you're going to watch film of other players in the SEC, you're like, oh, put on Georgia. They're a good team. They're a good program. And not intending to watch Stetson Bennett, you end up watching Stetson Bennett. And that's probably one of your key takeaways when you're scouting is like, you're supposed to be watching that player, but you keep watching that player. And that's kind of how Stetson was. You're like, wait a minute, this guy's actually good. Yeah. He's actually a weapon. Yeah. He's helping Georgia. So
that's amazing. So, I mean, I guess there wasn't surprise when you guys drafted him, but I think a lot of people, especially on Twitter, were just like, wow, shocked at this pick. And also the connection between, him and Matthew will be so cool. Like, I was really excited about the pick. What was sort of the energy once, he fell to us?
Yeah, we were jacked internally just because we knew we probably wouldn't do a quarterback day 2, but we also didn't know exactly where Stetson would go. You just never know in the draft, especially once it gets to day 3. So we always had a vision to use one of our picks on day 2 to trade back and get a 4th rounder and use him there. And what's really interesting is what the Saints jump right in front of us and actually take a QB, not Stetson.
Right.
So
when they did that,
know what? I never was. I wasn't nervous. I was like, okay, there. And one of the reasons is they have Jameis. They made a trade for, or they signed Mr. Carr once he got cut by the Raiders. So you're like, okay, they're probably sound at QB,
right?
But definitely they jumped up QB, and then all the QBs went on a run.
Yeah.
Seems like all the kind of day 3 QBs kind of went.
Right. Yeah.
pretty close after that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really happy with the pick. So we have 40 rookies between drafting 14 and undrafted free agents 26. Have you ever had a crop the size of young talent? And do you need me to make you name tags for like day one? Like,
there's definitely name tags.
There's gotta be.
And the joke would be in the building is I never know the names of these kids when we're drafting them sometimes, because you watch so many of them. So I know the school they went to and their number.
Yeah.
So if someone says Stetson Bennett, I'm like, all right, what school did he go to and what number?
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, Georgia 13. Okay, that's the QB.
Yeah.
Stetson's a little different, right? Because we all know Stetson Bennett if you're a college football fan. But if it's some guard at TCU, it's like, what's its name?
Yeah.
Oh, TCU number 79. Right. Oh, yeah, I like that guy.
Are you guys going to do some icebreakers on day one, like with all 40 in, a circle? And it's like, all right, say your name, say something like a fun fact about you. Like, what's the plan for day one?
I think we'll start slow and go, okay, they're in a blue or white jersey and their number.
Okay.
And then we'll stick with numbers, and then we'll get to know them.
Okay. So maybe
slowly.
by like
that's
training
a lot
camp.
That's a lot. Just think how hard that is as a teacher.
I know. I mean, I don't know, but I can imagine.
They don't even have jersey numbers in
know.
Classrooms. Like, you just got 40 new kids, 30 new kids, and they're not wearing.
Yeah.
They just got to go, oh, alphabetical order, wonder where Susie is.
Yeah.
Okay, there she is.
There she is in the back with the glasses. I mean, a young team. This is a young team. Is that exciting? Is that, I mean, of course it's going to bring its challenges, but sort of what type of outlook internally do you feel the Rams are going forward?
The nice thing is, historically here we've been, when the I call it Twitter analytics group does the average ages, and there's a lot of ways you can do it, but historically we've always been probably a top 5 team in terms of, let's call it average age. Mm-hmm. So we're used to here relying on, let's call it less experienced players in their rookie contract, and we've always had some, let's call it veterans. Some of them, like when Witt was here, just because he was 40. But you had this core of veterans that's been around, that's more experienced. So we're used to it. It's a little more than normal. So that's going, like you said, you're usually going to get a, let's call it a youthful, passionate hunger to just fly around and find a way to contribute. But you're also going to get, some spilled milk.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Absolutely.
That's just nature of the business.
Definitely. So like state of the Rams post-draft. There's a lot of optimism about the team. How do you feel, and I know I sort of just asked this, but like now that the draft's behind us, like
I would say the state of the Rams, here's the positive of where we're at, and based on what we just went through last season, where you come back, you're defending world champs. So really it's all of a sudden there's this narrative that, okay, are you going to defend or you're not?
Right.
The neat thing about being where we're at now is we get back to what got us to the top of the mountain is, hey, we're going to try to take it day to day, try to win that day, be the best you can that day. And whatever, it could be a day off, be the best you can, right? Recuperating. It could be, the 4th day of OTAs with a specific intention. And then the goal is this: every time you go to play, you figure out, right, who's healthy, who's the best way to, what's the best way to go play good football that day, with a specific plan to, beat another team, right, and then see what happens. And that's what we've always done here. It's kind of a boring formula. That's a refreshing thing, but I do know that with Sean, his play calling acumen, with a veteran QB like Matthew, heck, a player like Cooper Kupp, offensive MVP type player, you can do a lot of damage, and we plan to. But it's day to day, hour to hour, and
yeah, I like that. I think if you're open to improving, I guess, a little with me. So you had such a good draft. and I want to pitch.
Time will tell.
Yeah,
It's a boring answer. Even at
I'm giving
Starbucks,
you-
when people say, "How was your draft?" I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Time's gonna tell.
Yeah.
We'll look at Wikipedia in about 3 years and go,
C.
"Oh, A, D."
Yep.
You know, why didn't you draft? My kids definitely do that. Why'd you draft him over him? I'm like, well, geez, I didn't have Wikipedia to tell me how it was going to turn out.
Exactly. I want to maybe make some merch for you, or so that way when you are in Starbucks, people, can really recognize you. So maybe like a
dark
fan
logo.
club.
Try to stay incognito.
Yeah, fan clubs. Okay, so hear me out. So these are the names that I'm pitching to creative. Less is more. ... draft picks. Like that
You know
one?
what though? I would. What am I supposed to do? Thumbs up? Thumbs
Yeah,
down?
you like it?
I would go thumbs down
Okay.
only because that's always everyone's first.
Okay. Well,
Less is more is like I've heard that.
1,000 times.
Yes.
Okay,
So
how
it's
about this?
Really,
The
it's a
more
rewind.
we know, the less we understand.
that's
With a voice
thumb-
crack in there too.
I'm thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay.
I'm
Ready?
not. I hadn't comprehended it yet, but
This one, it's gonna get a double thumbs up. You ready? Flawless.
oh, that's double. thumbs
That's
up.
good, right? Imagine a shirt like that.
Oh yeah,
That's
let's go.
that's awesome. Okay, this one's like a little, like Gen Z-ish, but bless this mess.
You know what? I can buy it.
Yeah,
I can buy it.
I like that one.
I can buy it. Thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs up. Bless
And
this
then
mess.
this one for all my Swifties. What are the Rams
What are Swifties?
Taylor Swift fans?
Ooh.
SoFi, 5 nights in a row, end
I
of
just got a
August.
text from my daughter.
Are you gonna get her tickets?
She's asked for tickets for her and her best friend.
You better do that. You have
Yeah,
to do that.
I mean, it feels like it's a must.
Yeah.
Okay,
you don't
Swifties.
You don't have a choice. So she'll like this one. What do the Rams and Taylor Swift have in common? They're both fearless.
Okay, that's.
Oh,
I'm a Swiftie.
you're a Swiftie.
Yes.
Oh my God,
I'm in
that's
the
amazing.
Swiftie club.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay, so yeah, I'll make up some mock T-shirts and I'll send them to your people, and then we can decide which
That'd be
ones to
good.
move forward with.
Fearless.
Yeah, I
Maybe
like
we'll
that.
have a T-shirt for each.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
I like that. Each
Each
day of the
genre
week.
each pod or tribe or whoever we're trying to connect with. Gen
Yeah.
Z, Swifties.
Yep, we'll be good. Yeah, no, the Swifties, when they come together, they can do anything. It's pretty cool. Okay, before I let you go, it's time now for the Ram Jam. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm excited to get your answer. So I always ask my guests the same 3 questions, like rapid fire style.
I should know these questions then.
No, you don't. You don't get to know them.
Oh, my bad. I thought you was the same 3 questions.
They are. So, I mean, if you do you watch my show?
I don't ever get to the end. Just kidding.
Now you have to send me barefoot wine
Oh yeah.
as an apology for not watching my entire show. Okay. Which Rams moment is your favorite of all time?
Really good. I mean, it has to be. All right, we're going to do 2.
Okay.
Can we do 2? Because
Yeah.
come on, if you win the Super Bowl, that's
Right.
That's your best moment, and seeing Aaron kind of put the ring on. But I do think I'll go back to Greg Zuerlein nailing the long field goal versus
Yeah.
New Orleans to go to the first Super Bowl. But the reason it would be the best is I spent a lot of years playing against New Orleans in Atlanta and a lot of years losing against New Orleans when I was in Atlanta. But that place is so loud. But when that field goal went through, it went from whatever it is in the Superdome
To just,
pins dropped.
oh, that's an amazing moment. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One food, rest of my life. Pork skins.
Pork skins.
You've
Okay.
never got that answer, have you?
No, I've never. I don't even, what is that like a pork rind?
There you go.
Okay. Like a chip type thing?
It's kind of like a chip.
Huh. Okay. Different
Probably not
strokes
the
for
real
different
answer,
folks.
but I really like those and thought it would be a different answer.
No, I like that. What would you do if fear was not a factor and you could not fail?
What would I do if fear was not a factor and I could not fail? Wow.
Yeah, it's a deep one.
That is deep. I'm trying to think what it really would be, because there is an element that I like to live life by. Hey, why be scared? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, if you fail, that's
You
really
can't
don't
fail.
right?
Right.
So I probably have a fear of heights. So I'll go to this. I would I would climb one of those really tall mountains.
Okay.
You know, where you're on the side of that hill there.
Yeah.
Or on the side of the mountain, and you got ropes and whatever. Okay. And I can't imagine what it's like to but I would only do that because I'm scared of heights, and boy, if you fail there.
Yeah, then you really fail. Yeah.
That's a heck of I wonder what you're thinking as you fall, but.
It's like, oh, I should have taken more
point
acting
being
classes.
is I don't have a lot just because I think, you know what, try something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you fail. It really doesn't matter.
It's that you tried.
Like, yeah, you can try it again the next day.
Yeah. Wow.
That would be
That is such a good life lesson.
Yeah, you only live once.
You do. Unless you believe in reincarnation.
The night before you do something like you're really nervous about failing the next day, just go outside if you can and look up at the stars and go, okay, this is a big, big universe. And like what I actually do tomorrow, like, is it really a big deal? You're going to come back the next night and those stars are still going to be there. And
that is moving. I feel like I'm in a therapy session right now, and it feels really good.
It's just when you're 50 plus, you got wisdom.
I'm just like, they're going to be like, Erica, why are you staring up at the stars?
What is it? If the old only could, if the youth only knew.
Ah, I like that. Any parting words?
I mean, after that.
I know. I don't know how we could not end right after that.
Now, is Swiftie the Fearless?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we've tied this whole Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Fearless.
Rams together.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Look up at the stars if you ever are scared.
It's written in the stars.
Yes.
Wow. I feel like we just really connected. I feel like we have a spiritual connection now. And I'm excited for you to get your daughter tickets. And then if you want to grab me a couple too, that's fine. I would love them.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be.
We'll think about it.
Les, thank you so much for stopping by today. I appreciate it so much.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you. That does it for this week's episode of Ricky's Ram Jam. I am so excited for the season. There is so much content coming your way, so make sure you keep it locked on all things Rams. Rookie content, and there's 40 of them. I need to start making my flashcards and learning names, and maybe I should stick to Les's advice and just do numbers and jersey colors, but we'll see. There is a lot to do. But until then, let's ram it.